Good morning, welcome to the Daily News Podcast. Today is March 21st, 2026.
The Middle East conflict is now directly shaping your wallet. The Trump administration has temporarily lifted sanctions on certain Iranian oil purchases for 30 days, hoping to cool down global energy prices that have surged during the U.S.-Israel war with Iran. Treasury officials say the waiver could bring up to 140 million barrels onto the market, easing pressure that's pushed oil well above $150 in some regions. At the same time, President Trump signaled there would be no ceasefire, even as he hinted at a possible wind-down and deployed additional U.S. troops to the region. Iran's supreme leader responded with a defiant message, and Tehran has warned it could target tourism and strategic sites. The International Energy Agency is warning that any closure of the Strait of Hormuz would be the greatest energy security threat in history. Bottom line, Washington is trying to calm markets without looking soft, and the world's energy supply is hanging in the balance.
That's a tightrope if I've ever seen one. You can't say no ceasefire and don't panic at the gas pump in the same breath forever. And speaking of markets, this energy shock is reshaping the global gas race. The United States has officially overtaken Qatar as the world's top exporter of liquefied natural gas. It's a milestone that's been years in the making, but the timing is striking. With infrastructure attacks, Middle East instability, and project delays overseas, U.S. LNG producers have surged ahead, locking in long-term contracts with Europe and Asia. This shift is expected to influence pricing and supply security for years, especially as countries scramble to reduce exposure to geopolitical choke points like Hormuz. But there's a flip side. High energy prices are accelerating electric vehicle demand across Asia, as consumers look for insulation from oil shocks. So while America is winning the LNG race, the long-term demand picture for fossil fuels is getting more complicated. Energy dominance today doesn't guarantee dominance tomorrow.
Right, and when oil hits $150, people start doing math real fast. That kind of price changes behavior. On the tech and defense front, Alphabet is expanding aggressively into U.S. government and military AI contracts. Google says its Gemini platform now has over 1 million public sector users, and new defense partnerships are cementing its role in federal tech infrastructure. At the same time, reports say the Pentagon plans to adopt Palantir's AI as a core military system, deepening the integration of commercial AI into national security. And the Trump administration is proposing federal preemption of state-level AI regulations, aiming for lighter touch, centralized oversight to boost innovation. That could dramatically reshape how AI is governed in the U.S., especially as states like California have tried to move faster with their own rules. The AI race isn't just corporate anymore. It's institutional, military, and increasingly political.
It really feels like AI is becoming the new defense industrial backbone. Silicon Valley isn't just building apps anymore, it's building infrastructure for the state. In corporate and legal news, Elon Musk could be on the hook for billions. A jury has found that he misled Twitter investors ahead of his 2022 takeover bid, potentially exposing him to massive damages. The ruling centers on disclosures and public statements made during the acquisition process. This is a significant blow, not just financially but reputationally, and it raises fresh questions about executive accountability in high-profile tech deals. Meanwhile, the Justice Department is suing Harvard, alleging violations of federal civil rights law and seeking to claw back government funding. That marks a major escalation in tensions between the administration and elite universities. Big tech and big academia are both in the government's crosshairs.
That's a lot of heavyweight fights at once. CEOs and Ivy League presidents probably aren't sleeping great this week. And to wrap up on a lighter note, Spider-Man is still king. Sony's trailer for Spider-Man, Brand New Day, just broke the all-time global viewership record, pulling in more than 718 million views in a single day. That's bigger than previous superhero benchmarks and shows there's still massive appetite for franchise films. Meanwhile, BTS has returned after 6 years with a new album titled Arirang, blending traditional Korean influences with big-name global producers. Between superhero dominance and K-pop power, pop culture is as global as ever.
From oil shocks to orbital AI and Spider-Man breaking the internet, it's been a packed morning.
It definitely has. We'll keep tracking the markets, the war, and the tech shakeups for you.
Thanks for listening to the Daily News Podcast.
Have a great Saturday. We'll see you tomorrow.